Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thank you for watching us tonight. John Edwards and Rosie O'Donnell, the subjects of the Talking Points memo this evening. No question, I made too much of the O'Donnell story. If you look at it from a behavioral point of view, I mean, who really cares what this woman thinks? Not many. But the bigger story is the growing anti-American wave that's being driven by the internet and aided and abetted by some major corporations, in Miss O'Donnell's case, Disney ABC. It's ironic that Don Imus got hammered for his foolish remarks, but O'Donnell largely escaped responsibility for her daily anti-American diatribes. 9/11 was perpetuated by Americans. Hundreds of thousands of Iraqi civilians have been killed by the American military, comparing fundamentalist Christian Americans to Al-Qaeda. Come on, this kind of nonsense can't be sanctioned by Fortune 500 companies without challenge. And so the factor will continue to challenge this garbage. Now, I was glad to hear that actor Charlie Sheen is rethinking his role in a vicious 9/11 conspiracy film to be distributed by Mark Cuban. This kind of stuff is used by America's enemies in a time of war and stokes hatred towards all Americans. Now, I have nothing against Mr. Sheen, but if he puts his voice on this project, it will become a major issue in his life. Likewise, any corporation that puts Miss O'Donnell back on the air to continue her Tokyo Rose impersonation will find itself under intense scrutiny. Again, calling the U.S. military mass murderers and denying the jihadists caused 9/11 is unacceptable. Fair warning. While Rosie O'Donnell is a poster girl for far-left propaganda, far more serious is the conduct of John Edwards. The former vice presidential candidate has sold his soul to far-left interests and is now telling the world the war on terror is a, quote, bumper sticker, unquote. Imagine losing a loved one on 9/11 and hearing that. Edwards is running a preposterous campaign. He lives like a sultan in a 30,000-foot North Carolina house. Look at that. Yet he decries economic unfairness in America. He runs around telling Americans the system is rigged while paying $400 for a haircut. This guy is a one-man sitcom. Now, across the street from his palatial mansion is a trailer park where working-class Americans live. They are neighbors of John Edwards. Some like him, most don't.
He really doesn't know what two Americas are.
Everybody here is just normal income people. You know, we just day to day. And I don't think he knows anything about us.
What do you have in common with John Edwards?
I can't imagine anything. He don't know anything about the things I know about.
I don't know if he knows how to help poor people or lower class people. He doesn't know them. You got to know something about something before you can help the problem. He doesn't know anything about it.
When he talks about the two Americas, what do you think he means when he's talking about that?
I don't know. He says so many different things. I just don't pay any attention to what he says anymore.
We couldn't find anybody in the trailer park to say anything nice about John Edwards. Now, Talking Points tries to respect all of those who want to serve their country, but Edwards is an exception. I have no respect for him. He's a phony and is in the tank for special interests that damage his country. Edwards is going nowhere, but deserves to be called out. And that's a memo. Now, for the top story tonight, two defenders of John Edwards.